Atonement for Me, Episode 21, How I Work Out My Feelings Through Design. Hey Magical Misfits, it's Kaidain Ivy and welcome back to Atonement for Me. So, if you've noticed, there might be a couple new things on my walls because I have been decorating like a mad person since I moved into my new house. I've never gotten to do anything like this before, so it's been really exciting to be able to explore using such a large canvas as an entire house is. And if you've been following my Instagram, there's been a couple stories about me painting my room, so I guess you'll be updated on that as I go, and we'll do a big reveal at the end because I fully intend on painting the entirety of my room. So we will see how that goes. Anybody who's been to my house will know that there is art and designs and shoes absolutely everywhere. And not just because that is my business and I'm a designer, but at the core of it all, I am an artist. And I have always used art to work through and deal with emotions or traumas or stressors. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in a specific medium. So just because something isn't a canvas board doesn't mean that it isn't a canvas for me to work on. Everything that I create is an art piece. When I'm sewing, I'm not just creating a garment or an outfit. I'm creating an entire look or idea or mood in a more tactile kind of way. And what I mean by that is all of the paintings that I have around me, they usually aren't just paint. I'll use layers of paint, I'll use layers of metallics, I'll use layers of glitter. I like for things to have texture. I like things to be tangible and interactive in anything that I create. So if it's a painting, I like for you to be able to touch it. I like for the light to hit it in different ways so you can see different things. I like for it to slowly kind of reveal more and more layers and more details the more you look at it. And in adding those layers and those fine details and those intricacies, that is how I am mentally taking a feeling or an idea or a situation, and I'm kind of isolating it and then examining it in my head. And the way that I kind of force that through is in the things that I create. Some people, to unwind or to de-stress, they work out or they play video games, and we have a lot of hobbies or extracurriculars that bring us joy, that give us something to work for and work on. And that's my creative process. I can see something in my house and I'll think, I'm bored with that, it needs to change. Or on an outfit, this would look different if I added this. So everything is pretty much fair game for me to kind of tinker with The coffee table that I have here is just a garbage table, but it's been covered in glitter, so now it's pretty and shiny. But also the way that the light hits it gives a really nice depth and really interesting dimension to the room that it's in. So while it looks pretty, it also has that way of illuminating a darker space. And that's also why I use a lot of glitter in decoration and decor, because it can give more texture to a space, and it gives kind of that little dusting of magic because of the way that the light kind of plays with it. And creating something is such an intimate process because it's so hands-on. And it's a way of just, I'm not a dancer, I'm not a singer, I'm not a musician. The way I have that flow or that creative flow is just in my use of colors. So dragon shoes, these are one of my favorites. Just taking a dragon mask and adding it to a pre-existing shoe, but then I've done layer upon layer upon layer of shimmers and glitters so that it has more dimension. And then the colors don't seem solid. They kind of flow into each other in different ways. And the way that the light hits it is different all over the place because it depends on the glitter, it depends on the rhinestones. But then I also incorporated the sword and kind of the castle or cathedral-like heel to kind of tie in the story of the piece. So it's not just, here's a dragon, it's kind of the picture of the dragon. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. And I don't always have those words to explain to people how I feel. And it's not always useful to just cry and scream it out. It's just in me. It's anxiety. It's that little irritation that kind of just grates on my brain, and it just needs to get out in some form. So I can't go a single day without painting something or sewing something or putting rhinestones on things, because it's calming in that it's that repetitive little detail work that can just be soothing and just mentally kind of sort things out in a way that kind of makes sense in little tiny fragments. And as I'm putting the piece or that picture or that outfit together, those little pieces kind of expand into that overall look. And that's how I can iron things out in my brain. It's not always something as fantastical as the dragon shoes I have. It might be something as little as the gingerbread dress that I'm wearing. I'm not really one for festivities. Around Christmas, I'm a little bit of a Grinch. It's 15 years of retail will do that to you. But it's the little details in it, just like the half-eaten cookies. I like things to have a little bit of a quirk to them. Not perfection, because there's no such thing as perfection, but just have all these tiny little tie-ins that create something that brings me and other people joy, and something that is different. Because there's so many things, there's so many possibilities of other things that haven't been done before that we can do. And why not? And that's just the tea.